We need to get to some breaking news coming in from overseas. Rescue efforts are underway in Thailand after Bangkok was hit with a 7.7 earthquake. That quake hitting around 1 o'clock local time. In fact, two of our former Fox 5 family members actually are live joining us, live from Thailand. You two experienced the earthquake. First off, Dan and Mandissah Grudovich, I'm so glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
First things first, walk us through what you experienced.
So it was crazy. So like I was in the bedroom, Dan was in the living room, and practically at the same time, like I was sitting on the bed and the bed started moving, and I didn't know if like it was like, I don't know. I think I was being a little delusional and thinking that maybe the bed was lopsided or something. And then I shook around again, and I realized that no, the ground is shaking, like our building is shaking. And right when I started thinking that, Dan walked into the room.
I thought maybe I was having vertigo or something, and then I look over and the curtains and stuff are moving, and like the building we're on the 11th floor, the top floor of this condo building, and we are absolutely moving to the point where like drawers and cabinets opened, and I wasn't sure if we were going to make it out of the building. We like screamed and got our daughter up and kind of just grabbed what was around us and
just ran to the fire escapes and went down. And we had a young lady that was right in the apartment next to us, and she came out of her apartment and she was scared, which scared us because she's Thai. So
yeah, they don't get earthquakes like that here, I guess, very often. And she's screaming, "What's happening? What's happening?" And then we make it down the 11 flights of stairs, and our daughter didn't have shoes on, so she kind of like jumped on my back because there was shattered glass and everything by the exit from like this marble panels on the wall that had come down.
Had crumbled.
Yeah, and then we went outside and like waited it out, and that was kind of the end of it.
Wow.
For us, yeah.
I mean, one, I hate that this is the first way we're talking to you guys in quite some time. I'm glad you guys are okay. We miss you so much. I'm glad we could have you here with us. You mentioned that you guys were running down, 11 flights of stairs. You have your daughter on your back because there's glass everywhere. Talk to me a little bit about the scene outside. Once you got to a more stable ground, you weren't in that high-rise building that you were in anymore. What did that look like around you? And set the scene for us as to what that was like.
So there were all the buildings around us. Everybody had started coming outside. There was a lady with a baby behind us and a kid. And everybody was just wondering what was going on and what was happening. I had never felt anything like that before. And yeah, it was just, there were people everywhere outside. All like the 7-Elevens are a big thing here. We walked by a couple of them and people were sitting outside. Like the smaller restaurants that aren't connected to big buildings, they were still open. So we went and we sat in one of them. But yeah, there were people all outside and everybody was scared. And then that's when we were looking it up on the news stations here and saw the building go down. We saw that minutes after it happened, the big building go down.
I'm curious, Mandissah and Dan, how close are you all to the high rise that actually crumbled all the way down?
We're pretty far. That's Bangkok. That's like central Thailand.
Yeah.
We're northern Thailand, kind of near the border of Laos.
Yeah, and there was damage here.
But nothing like that. And I think maybe that with that building had more to do with the fact that it was under construction because, I mean, the shaking is pretty serious here. I think it was the only one that actually went down. And yeah, the shaking here was insane. I looked out the window on our way as we were running to the fire escape, and I could actually see the building moving.
Oh, wow.
And we had heavy glass slider windows. It was enough to open up one of those windows. And
wow.
So that had to have been
everything on my vanity was knocked over. All our cabinets were opened up. Drawers were slid open. Yeah, it was nuts.
Wow,
My
we're
goodness.
glad you're okay, because all of those things can certainly be replaced, but that search and rescue mission still continues at this hour. Dan, Mandissah, thank you so much for joining us. We'll check back in to make sure you all are okay.
Yeah, glad you
as
guys
move
are
forward.
safe right now.
Good seeing you guys again.
Good to see you. You look beautiful. We miss you. We miss you.